Time to get rid of some exhaust. Make room for them headers. I'm just gonna guess. I'm probably gonna cut them way too short. I don't have to add to them, but I actually think that those collectors are probably way bigger if it's 2-inch exhaust. So it'll probably have to get new exhaust put on it. And actually the exhaust for being 20, 25 years old probably, the exhaust still looks brand new. It's gonna get loud.
What's wrong with the blade biting?
Because it bites and it stops the whole sawzall.
That's a problem.
It is. One side done. You hiding under there? Free manifolds. Just pay for shipping. I'll send them. On to the other side. Can you find me some safety glasses?
Yep.
Welcome back. Let's I decided to just leave that Power Glide in there. Well, it's an old car if it doesn't leak any oil. So I got that hanging. I'm gonna try to shoehorn her in. I don't know if I gotta get the manifolds, exhaust or the headers in first. Kind of wire them in. Might be the wise thing to do. At least get the engine most of the way setting in there, and then go from there. Yeah, see if I can get to do a U-turn with this thing and get it where I need it. Not just good at driving cars, pickups, and semis. I'm a master at the cherry picker. What's that about?
It took you like 45 tries.
Well, yeah, you see how long this thing is? One of these days, Alice, to the moon! You can definitely tell this engine's heavier than the other one. It'd be nice if it fit right in there. No fighting, no screaming, no kicking. You need one of these that's like electric over hydraulic. You just... I think I had one before that was a double pump. It lifted going up and down. Made it a lot quicker.
A little more.
One more? Just for fun? What was that, like 25? It really helps if you get these going in fairly straight. Like lined up with the motor mounts. And you're not trying to fight it. But I'm going to get this throttle cable out of the way quick. Or throttle linkage, I should say. Just throw something on the floor to hold it down. Half a shovel. Wide open throttle. Wow, that's way bigger than what came out of there. I think I'll get it most of the way in and then get the manifold swooped into place. Try it there. That actually looks like it's gonna fit in there pretty good. We will see about these headers though. Yeah, that's good. Maybe they'll stay there. Maybe they won't. Anybody know if a big block Chevy and a small block Chevy have the same fuel pump? I'm asking for a friend. Still loose in there, which is good. This side's got to come back some. The other side's almost in place. Motor mount. It's half an inch off. Transmission's off though. That's looking better. Still toasty in here. I was hoping it cooled down by now. Oh. Transmission's too high. That must have been that header falling out over there, huh? Well, good, it's still there. Yeah, if this was easy, everybody'd do it. Now the transmission's too low. I need my pry bar, so. Well, it's in. Got the couple bell housing bolts in and motor mount bolts are in, so the easy part's done. Now the rest, hooking it up and twisting the key and seeing if it makes a bunch of noise. I actually have a key on this one, so I don't need my little click button, whatever they're called. One man show maybe. 'Cause I'm usually working on this stuff by myself. But lately the camera lady has graced me with her presence and helping me out with finding tools and looking for tools and going out in the cold looking for tools. Yeah, so I'm gonna call it for tonight. I'll be back out filming tomorrow. We'll get start getting headers bolted on and starter back in it. And what did I mention? Chevys are way easier to work on than Fords. So it went in relatively easy. I had to fight with the transmission a little bit. It was a little off, but after I got the dowels lined up, it fell right into place. All the bolts went in nice. So yeah, next thing is find a 4-speed for it. So I think that'd be pretty sweet. Big block with a 4-speed. Don't worry, I'm not going to put SS badges on it because it's not an SS. The factory 283 car. If it would have still had a 283 in it, I probably would have left it. If it was numbers matching. So, but it wasn't. It had a 307 in it, so, you know, it doesn't hurt my feelings to put a big block in it. It's just going to be that much more noise. If I was smart, I'd rip a bunch of stuff off and put a big old mother thumper cam in it, but I don't know. It's just gonna be a cruiser. But no, it looks good in there. Lots of room. So I was worried I'd have clearance issues, but these stock valve covers, I got lots of room. So, throttle might be kind of an issue, but we'll see about that. We'll see what happens. I'll make it work one way or the other. Yeah. Until we meet again, have a good night. I want to pull this old intake off. I may have another aftermarket one lined up. If not, it still needs to come off because it's got the gaskets on the China rails here and they're brittle. It's going to cause a problem more than likely sooner than later, so. And I want to see what it looks like underneath. See how clean it is. Get out of there. Let's move on to the next one.
Did you see I got your headers in for you?
I see that. It was really nice of you to take off work early and get that done for me.
They went in really well.
Yeah, made my job way easier. I should have you do this. Yeah, me a 14 millimeter wrench. Wait, we're in America. The equivalent to a 9/16. Always got to be that one. Something in the way. Any guesses on what this engine's gonna look like inside? It'll be all carved up and I don't know, it had a Pennzoil oil filter on it, so. And I got this one to put on it. Wix. Only way to go. I actually bought that for a different project. Square body Chevy, I put a big block in and traded it or sold it back to the guy I got it from. And now it's sitting on a shelf. So I ran the numbers. Well, it turns out it's for this vintage engine, so like, hey, now I don't have to buy one. She's stuck on there. Give me that big hammer, please. Double check, make sure I got all the bolts out of it. Don't want to look like a dummy beating on it with a hammer and find out I still got a bolt left in there. There she popped. Well, the goal is to not drop much of the dirt off the intake in there, but I got a vacuum. These things are actually really heavy, so. That's a good back workout. Oh wow, that looks pretty clean in there actually. Besides the dirt I just dropped in there, but that'll vacuum out. Yeah, doesn't look too bad. Something. Hands. Oh, I have gloves here handy. Oh, there you go. I'm going to spin it over. I want you to watch. Make sure all the lifters are going up and down. Not you, I was talking to Chris's buddy Bob. And you also, when you're doing that, I don't have the torque converter all the way tight. That's what that clunking is. When you spin these over, you'll notice these lifters are spinning. They're designed to do that. They're concaved? Yeah, concaved. They got a little bit of a dish to them, so when it's spinning, it naturally makes them go in circles. They're all spinning, they're all going up and down. It means there's no wiped out lobes on the cam. So that's good. This thing must either had real low miles on it or had been rebuilt. Which, I don't know, did they use rubber back in 74 with clear silicone to hold it in? If I had to guess, I'd like to say no. These are actually in good shape. I thought they were drier than that from the outside. Yeah. Blue RTV. This thing has been apart. And I never use these. Don't use them. Just run a... Well, on this application, since it's way thinner, you can run a 1/8 inch thick bead of silicone across your block ends or China rails or whatever they're called. But yeah, I'm going to grab the vacuum and suck all the dirt out of here and cover it up and wait to hear back from my buddy, see if he's got an intake for me. So, vacuum's a long ways away. I figured we should start tonight off right. I'm going to throw this in, and if we can see it, I'll show you how to properly shim these. So they're not too tight, too loose. Every time you crank it, it doesn't make that horrible noise because it's too tight. So yeah, I'm going to crawl underneath and throw a starter in. No time like the present. Anybody know what the difference between a big block Chevy and a small block Chevy starter is? Probably nothing, so I spent $56 on this, and no small block want to work. So, I got my cardboard down because I don't really like laying on cold cement. And with the headers on here, I should have enough room to be able to get the wires on. But if I do have to shim it, I'll just throw the wires on quick. At least these two. That's the starter wire. Oh, man. Brakes might need to be adjusted a little bit. But this thing has been parked since... I think it's got a sticker for an oil change in the window. I think it was like 04 or something was when the engine broke. Maybe I'll have you throw the starter in and I'll film. How's that sound?
No.
Oh, there's my missing socket. Is that a bell housing bolt? Can you see me? I like to have my bolts ready. You're not fumbling around looking for them when you're trying to hold the starter in the air. Because after a few seconds, they get pretty heavy. You remember where I set them. So when I say, hey, you got a bolt, you can laugh at me and say, yeah, it's right there. Don't tell me you're one of them. You gotta have a header off to get the starter in. Oh no. I just put it on too. Maybe there's enough room to spin it in a second. Oh, come on, you're so close. Yeah, I might have to pull that header off. It's awfully tight in there. I got it in. I had to loosen the header, but maybe it'll clear. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I don't know how I'm supposed to get the gear to come out and hit the flywheel though. I should just shim it now. Well, I guess that doesn't look too bad. Yeah, it looks way better from here. So what I'll probably do is tighten the bolts up, hit the key, see what kind of noise it makes. If it sounds good, I'll leave it. If it makes noise, I'll come under here and throw a shim or two in. So I got the starter properly torqued to 14 blue torques. That's where you use your wrench and get as tight as you can until your face turns purple or blue 14 times. So yeah, I'm going to try to get the wires hooked up from down up there, maybe. But I also got to throw my oil filter thing in because this is out of a truck and it had the, I don't know if it's some kind of hydraulic booster or something, but it comes off the, where the oil filter goes. It's like an extra little pressure housing thing and it goes, I don't know what it does, but I had to take it out of that other motor, so I got to put, so I can screw the filter in. So if you want to hand that to me with the bolts, it's up on the, right by the windshield. Might be in a rag. Since I'm building this high horsepower race car, I'm using a Wix racing filter. I actually don't remember why I bought this one. Why I bought the racing one, it was just big block with a mild cam in it. I'm gonna find some oil somewhere. Got some over here. Lube your seals. Even if it is old motor oil, just it makes them come off quite a bit easier. I usually use just a little bit of grease, but well, I guess I got some grease tubes laying there, but yeah, just helps to make it come loose. And you don't need to put a strap on these when you're tightening them up. It says right on the side on most of them. I don't know about this one, but tighten 3/4 to 1 turn after gasket contacts base. So that's, yeah, you don't need a strap on them. Strap is just gonna, you'll risk poking a hole in the thing. I managed to still get cold laying on the concrete. Look at that. It's on there perfect. See, now it doesn't take long for the gasket to make contact, so oil change is complete. I'm still waiting on an intake. I gotta call out to a couple people. I haven't heard back from them yet. Somebody said there's one on Marketplace. Might take a gander at that thing tonight and see if I can find it. Not too far from here. 40 minutes. So it'd be the smart thing to do instead of buying a new one. I don't like wasting money when I can find something used that'll work just as good. Get my header tightened back up. Maybe I'll use that step stool you brought me. Now I can be tall. 6 foot, 7 foot. No, I won't start singing. I do work with a guy that he knows every single song ever made, basically. And so the songs get stuck in his head. So our big thing every morning is we give him a new song to be stuck in his head all day. So today it was Frank Sinatra's song, New York. He said he used to go to this bar and they sang karaoke, and there was a guy that went in there religiously and sang that song like 8 or 9 times a night. And he's like, thanks. Now that's stuck in my head all day. So if you got any good suggestions for annoying songs that get stuck in your head and you can't get rid of them, comment and I'll pass them on to him and see what he thinks. Ron. I don't know if he watches or not, but if he does, I'll get you again. I'll probably get you tomorrow. I think his favorite one to get stuck in his head is Tequila, though. Yeah, I mentioned like 3 lyrics from a Charlie Daniels song, Uneasy Rider, and it's just some 3 random off-the-wall lyrics, and he knew the song just by a few random lyrics. So, look, I got lots of room to get to my wires up top. Well, since I'm done underneath, I should just put this on the ground. I won't need this step stool. You had one job to do and you didn't do it. And that's telling me how to do my job. Yeah, well, I'm on the topic of doing jobs. Check out Whiskey Dents. He's building a 4-door crew cab. Ford 66. It's turning out pretty cool. He put it on airbags and he's starting to weld the cab together. That's pretty cool work he's doing. And then over there at Duct Tape Garage, he's working on a 67 Mercedes. It's a pretty cool looking car. So yeah, I'm gonna get this thing on the ground and then get the wires hooked up and maybe find a battery. Okay, that top post. Yeah, and maybe hit the key, see if it'll crank over. Well, I got the battery hooked up. Still don't have an intake. But I'm going to hit the key, see how bad that starter sounds. And then I was going to put all the plugs in it, but I don't know if these are the right plugs. If a small block to a big block is the same plug, so I'm not going to put these in. I had one in there. I don't want to mess up a thread or a seat, and I'd rather just wait and spend $97 for 8 spark plugs. Make sure it's in park. Hey, I got a blower motor going. I don't even know how to shut the blower motor off. Horn doesn't work. Guess I gotta send it back. How do you shut the blowers off on one of these things? Never even messed with this car. Is that off? Okay, that's off. Is it spinning over?
The front thing is.
Well, that sounds pretty decent. Alright. Well, as soon as I get an intake, we'll throw some fuel to it and hit the key and see if it makes some noise. So I'm excited. It's getting fun. Can't wait to drive it. Only 5 more months of winter before I can drive it. Yay. Yeah, after I get the intake, we'll record some more and let you guys hear it start for the first time in 20... He said it's sat for 20 years, the engine, so... Yeah. Hopefully it runs good. Hopefully it's got good oil pressure. So until we meet again, see you later. So I've been slowly picking away at this thing, but it's ready to fire, I think. Got everything hooked up. I did fill the float, so should probably turn the key on first. Yeah, engine hasn't been ran in over 20 years. We'll see what happens. And it's probably going to only run on 7 cylinders because I got to clearance my firewall, but I'll mess with that later. And it's got open headers at the moment, so we'll see how loud it is. That's a good sign. Woo! Yeah, well, not being able to turn my distributor any farther. I don't know if I can get enough time out of it. Wow! Did it backfire? Did it set the gas on fire?
No,
Oh, I should add some more gas.
no, it shot flames out the side.
Oh, out of the pipe?
Yes. Could have lit you on fire.
Ooh, I was wondering why my leg was hot. I might have to pop the distributor and turn it a little bit farther so I can get more range of motion out of it. Yeah. It's gotta go farther. Hey, it's making noise. I'll check back in after I clearance my flat firewall and get my distributor turned a little bit farther. So I popped the distributor, moved it, hopefully the right direction. If not, I'll pop it and then go the other direction with it. But yeah, let's see if we can get it running long enough to run it out of fuel. Man, it's acting like it's 180 off, but let's try right there.
It turned itself.
I seen that. I don't like that spitting back in my face. If that, maybe I'm 180 off. I'll mess with it a little bit, see if I can pull up top bit center again and make sure it's where it needs to be. Alright, so I adjusted the timing again. I did find a vacuum leak. Plugged that off. Hopefully I got it this time. Oh. It's got oil pressure. Gotta find a thing to plug that. And then I'll hit it again. It's gonna run this time. So. Yeah, that's where the oil pressure comes from. Exciting. Robbed this off my test car. This is my test oil pressure gauge. It is a plastic line. I don't recommend using them on a daily, but since this is just for see what kind of pressure we got, and yeah, let's make some noise. Here comes the boom. Wah, wah, wah. Here comes the boom. Man, I love it. Nothing sounds better than a big block. It kind of sounds like it might have a cam in it. Definitely blew some cobwebs out of it. Whew. I'm going to open this door quick. Whew. Between working on Big Jim earlier today and the noise I made with that thing and this, man, my neighbors are going to be upset. This is my new engine. Brand spanking new. It's got dyno time on it. 421 cubic inch small block Chevy. I'm having a debate with my own brain on where to put it. Should I put it in my S10 because that's getting a cage this winter, then go really fast, or put it in my big tire Camaro that hasn't ran and I haven't raced it in 13 years or something. But this engine made 652 horsepower and 555 pound-feet of torque. So it's a healthy little small block. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. It's a 83 Camaro. It's got a Chevy 12 bolt in it, 32 by 14.5, 15 tires on the back. It's already caged. I got a power glide for it, and I got a Spawn K-member for it. So yeah, S10 or Camaro. Let me know what you think. But yeah, I'm happy. 50 pounds of oil pressure. Sounded pretty good. So I didn't hear any major valve clatter or bottom end noise. So I am probably going to order a smaller distributor for it so I can, full range of motion out of the timing. Because I don't want to, take a sledgehammer to that firewall and it's not worth it. I'll just spend I don't know. That's got a cheap distributor in it and it'd work right in this thing. So maybe I'll just put that one in this. Buy MSD for that. We'll see. But as for this week, I think I'm going to call it. Hope I got enough minutes of footage for everybody. But like, subscribe. I may or may not have ordered an air ride kit for this. We'll see. You guys will see. So, but yeah, when Rob owned a car back in the 90s, he wanted to do air ride or hydraulics or something on it, and then Mike got it. He wanted to do the same thing, so I kind of like the idea of putting it on airbags and make for a nice smooth ride, which it already rides great. But yeah, I'm excited. That engine sounds healthy. I gotta do some exhaust work to it because it's open headers. I guess I could just bring out some bullhorns on it right here. Little tractor flappers. Just kidding. No. Thanks again. I appreciate everybody. I love the comments. Glenn from Duct Tape Garage, he's always comments. I'm excited to read his comments all the time. Go check out Whiskey Dents. He's my brother. He's building a real cool crew cab Ford 66 vintage. Rear suicides. He's getting tons of work done on it. Yeah. Casey over at High Octane. He's a pretty cool guy. He's supposed to be coming up, getting front K-member out of a Crown Vic from me for his 64 he's building that I previously owned. So, yeah. Go check him out. So, thanks again. Have a good night. See you later. For those of you that are still hanging out. Got exhaust on it. I still gotta finish welding it down here on each side, but I'll wait till it's in the air to do that. Not bad, huh? It runs really good. When I first got the exhaust hooked up, it had some lifter noise, but after I let it run for a little bit, lifter noise went away. I don't know what the clicking is, but yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, I got some parts that showed up. Not all of it, but some of it. Can anybody guess what that is? It's my squeeze box. It finally showed up. Yeah. Just getting an air ride. Have a good night.